a time when our country is concerned about the relationship between police and communities across the country, Taser, the maker of non-lethal stun guns and body cameras, just like this one, have become a mainstay of law enforcement officers everywhere. The stock has seen it soar more than 70% year to date. And while Taser is synonymous with stun guns, fact is this company has also embraced all sorts of technologies that are becoming essential for police departments, given that we now live in a world where virtually every bystander is carrying a smartphone with a built-in video camera. Taser offers a full suite of evidence capture technologies, including body cameras and audio recorders, as well as evidence management software that easily stores and compiles all sorts of data needed by police and by the prosecution. Now, police-community relations has become a very contentious topic, as you know. But Taser's all about two things that almost everybody can agree on: the need for non-lethal weapons and the need for transparency. So it's no wonder the company has been doing extremely well in this environment. Taser reported a terrific quarter a little more than 3 weeks ago. It's a nice top and bottom line beat, with police body camera sales rising and stun gun sales up 20%. But after such a remarkable run, we have to figure out whether Taser stock can keep going into this amazing momentum, or if it might be time to ring the register. So let's dig deeper with Rick Smith. He's the co-founder and CEO of Taser International. Find out more about his company and what it's up to. Mr. Smith, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hey, Jim. It's great to be here.
Rick, in the time since we've known each other, you were a stun gun company, and now it seems like that all of the accoutrements, a lot of it cloud-based, has actually surpassed the amount that you sell in stun guns.
Yeah, our Axon cloud-connected device business, last quarter we booked something like 40% more orders in dollar volume in the Axon segment than we did in the Taser weapons business.
Well, because everyone knows you for the stun gun, can you describe Axon? Because I know that this is actually the part of the business that I think can have the biggest gross margins, and in many ways is proprietary just to Taser.
Yeah, so Axon it's basically a network of smart devices, software, and connecting people into a network where they can share all this information. It's sort of like iPod, iTunes for police, where we make cameras, the software that manages the data that comes off them and processes it, and then shares that data, whether it's to a police chief or a prosecutor or the media.
Okay, now, recently a very good Bloomberg Businessweek article talked about how body cameras are too new for anyone to say how they'll change policing, but it says early studies show that officers who wear them use force less frequently and face fewer citizen complaints. Footage may increase conviction rates and guilty pleas in prosecuting crimes. I mean, that seems to be exactly what our country's after. So why isn't this being, say, a federal initiative that every city has to embrace to end or at least to try to minimize what's been going on?
No, for sure. We're seeing indisputed momentum that way. When we first started doing body cameras, 7 or 8 years ago, a lot of people said, this is Big Brother, police will never wear cameras. Now I can tell you, every police chief you talk to says it's not a matter of if, but when. And we have presidential candidates, or even President Obama, was pushing through funding for body cameras. So it's happening, and that's part of what's driving a lot of growth in the business.
Now, we showed a somewhat of a heavier device, which is excellent, obviously, but which has a docking station, so it can't be, obviously, it can't betray the police, so to speak. But we also have here some glasses with a light camera on. Is that also something that police have found to be certainly easier to use?
Yeah, I mean, basically, cameras are showing up everywhere, and we've got a variety of options for police. So there's the body camera, if they just want to wear something that's easy to pop on their chest. If they want to get a better perspective, the Axon Flex is our camera that goes up on the glasses, and that tracks with the officer's head. And now we're rolling out our Axon Fleet, which is our in-car video system. So the idea is to be able to put the cameras wherever you need them and then seamlessly get that data into the cloud and put it to use.
Now, I know that there's hours upon hours of video, so you've got the solution for that too, right?
Yeah, so evidence.com is our back end for storing all this digital evidence. And again, it's a bit unique. It's not like home video. There's a lot of security you've got to wrap around this and a lot of legal controls. But we actually are now storing more data than the entire library of Netflix. And it's growing on a very smooth exponential curve as more and more cameras come online. It is a huge sort of big data challenge that we've solved with evidence.com.
How much of your business is razor blade? Because you've won some very big contracts, and I think some people are saying, well, look, there's not that many more big contracts to win, but I think once you're in the door, there's much more business for Taser to do.
Well, yeah, if we talk about the Axon business, we've booked about 95,000 seats, out of about 800,000 police in the U.S. So plenty of headroom. We're only 1/8 penetrated. But what's really exciting is the Axon business is not just about cameras. It's a SaaS enterprise platform. So once we're in a police agency, what they're telling us is, wow, this software works great. It's not like the typical government software we're used to using. You know, we have a lot of people that we've brought from consumer businesses in to do our user interface and take advantage of the speed and flexibility of the cloud. So what you're seeing right now is just our first core SaaS product. You're going to see us expand the footprint to where in 10 years, a police officer should be able to do his job with a smartphone or a tablet and no servers at the agency. And when we execute on that, we think the business can be 5 or 10 times larger than it even is today. And plus the growth, you know, the existing business, we're still in the early innings with evidence.com. But what's really exciting about this, and frankly is an intellectual challenge, is there are so many opportunities of where we expand our footprint next that we have to be very selective to make sure that we continue. You know, we don't want to drop the ball on the growth we're experiencing right now, but there's a lot of adjacent opportunities.
Well, one last question. I'm trying to figure out how well known the Taser story is, not just among police, but among communities. Do you think that there would be people who are in a situation where it's a contentious situation who, if they knew about Taser, would be saying, why don't we just do this? Could really defuse a lot of the situations we're in.
Well, certainly we're spending a lot of effort right now building our Axon brand. The thing about Taser, it's a powerful brand. When I say Taser, an image forms in your head right now of the Taser weapon. So we realized we couldn't do software and cameras very effectively with just the Taser brand. So we're really starting to put a lot of marketing muscle behind our Axon brand for connected cameras. And I think you'll see that, you know, growing over time. We have by far the largest market share. We have about 85% of the large agencies that have purchased body cameras are on our platform. So you're going to start seeing them showing up everywhere. And that footage, just one example, recently, you remember the guy who was playing Pokemon Go and actually hit a police officer while he was driving? That was all captured on Axon cameras, and that got us some worldwide publicity with people, you know, talking about how those Axon cameras captured that rather ridiculous incident.
Well, Rick, it's always great to have you, great to see you, and I know you're a bit of a center of a debate of which I think your transparency would really help a lot of people and ease a lot of people's concerns. Thank you so much to Rick Smith, CEO and co-founder of Taser International. A lot to like with this company. You know, I've liked it for a very long time, and I continue to do so. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.